Wow. I went to see Elton John's The Red Piano. Here's a fascinating thing about the prop, or what it's built around, the red piano. One of the things I remember learning from my acting training was it's not the prop, but it's the relationship that everyone has to the prop. Think about that. If you use props in your presentation, it's not about the prop itself. It's not about the red piano, but it's Elton's relationship to it. Does that make sense? Elton John. He is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite CDs, live from Melbourne, Australia. So he is on my bucket list. Things you do before you kick the bucket. Living in Las Vegas, I get the fortunate opportunity to see many different shows. So I had to go see Elton before he left, like Celine did. And when I watch a great performer, I always see, how do they interact with the audience? What do they do? What are the preparation? What's their perspective? And what can I learn from it and apply to my own skills? I am never done. And I hope you look at presentations the same way. We can all learn from them. Now, if you read my newsletter, you know about the little standing ovations. If you don't know about the newsletter, go to www.humor411.com and get on my newsletter. It's a free service, goes out when I'm around, a couple times a month, give or take. So little standing O's, that's one of the lessons, that people connect emotionally different with different stories, or in Elton's case, different songs. Even though same performer, same night, same everything, different people were standing up and applauding, giving him a standing O because of their emotional connection with him or with that song in particular. So lesson number one, standing ovations, little ones. Each story you tell will affect different people differently. So don't expect that everyone has to be connected with every single time and every single story. No, it's where people are at, and it's the differences that truly win over the audience. So lesson number two, I'm just going to check my notes here. It was interesting, when we went into the theater, they actually had us read a disclaimer that said there would be nudity in the show. Nudity in an Elton John concert? So I wasn't sure what to expect, but I kept wondering. That made me a better audience because I was curious. Do you use curiosity beforehand to try and retain and gather your audience's attention before you even perform? If you go to Humor Boot Camp, any of you, at Humor Boot Camp, we actually have these footprints. Oh, hold on. Oh, never done. Hey, can I call you back in a minute? Thanks. Bye. There you go. Always something. So, so the disclaimer. The disclaimer actually added interest and intrigue to the show, and there was no live naked people. It was actually on a video screen behind him, and it wasn't rude or anything, but it was interesting. So, but I loved the effect, and it affected my thought process while I was anticipating the show and as it went on. So number two or three, depending on how you're counting, the stage setup. There was an actual formality to the stage setup that you might be watching right now, that the red piano is the name of his performance. So in the red piano, when you get in and you look at the stage, there's nothing there, but you see this huge tarp over, obviously probably the red piano. But right before the show starts, a group of about 10 performers come out, all dressed in white, and formally uncover the red piano. So it really makes it a more formal thing, and again, it intrigues the curiosity. Now the focus is completely on that piano. Interestingly enough, he said that the red piano is because he was sick of playing a black one all the time. So props, when it comes to props in your presentation, are you using it to intrigue the audience? To again gather that attention? So we'll call that lesson two. Lesson three, when Elton walked out on stage, he started instantly into his first song. He didn't say, hello, I'm really welcome to be here, happy to be here, what a beautiful weather, blah, 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 blah. Too many times I see speakers start that way. Blah. Jump right into it. If you want to say hello or create that talking connection to the audience, do it after your first story, just the way Elton did.